Hey guys, we're back. Thank you for your patience. I now know exactly how much HP a bear has. A dire bear, rather. Because these are not ordinary bears, these are dire bears. And in case you missed the rest of our show, oh my gosh, you're actually wearing the hat. That's fantastic. Okay, so as you can see, we have Cordelia, who is the bard and wearing her lovely hat, playing her instrument, looking like she belongs in Seattle in the 90s. It's fantastic. We've also got Seraphina, the paladin, who is a holy person and shall always worship Spec Person III, as is evidenced by her gorgeous holy symbol mask, which is on the front of her shield, but I'm sure she also wears jewelry that looks just like it all the time. Also, Willow, aka Willie, aka Big Boy, the 13-year-old fighting. Big Boy!
That's me!
That's me!
Yeah. Just following Seraphina around, wanting to be a powerful fighter like her. And then Barnacle, the somewhat shady-looking wizard, but with seemingly a heart of gold, who has a mysterious intent, but aw, look at it! There's Barnacle! Okay, awesome. The thing is, they're in this farm village, basically. Ruled over by Lord in Control, who is quite the fashion icon with his braided beard, his culottes, his poofed sleeves, and his medieval crocs that are shaped like crocodiles. And he has let everyone know that if they can just take care of this bear problem, because he just can't even right now, that they can come to his ball that he's throwing in a couple days, okay? And pretty much you just have to kill a couple bears, you have to bring him to the mansion, you have to show the guards, hey, I killed these dire bears. They'd be like, hey, here's your invitation. Come back on the night of the ball. The reason we have so many bears is because all farm livestock has kind of evolved to be just giant. And that's why our adventurers are right now riding together on the one horse that they all own, because they can all ride that horse together. And they are headed toward what used to be known as the Forest Dunlap, but now is colloquially referred to as Beartown, because they, led by Barnacle specifically, really want to get some bears so they can take them and get an invitation to this ball. So I guess we're probably, 10 minutes away from the edge of Beartown. What are you guys doing?
Well, we're discussing our options, and I think that, if we really want to go to this ball, what we really need to do is we need to fight some bears. And I know that you guys might not be comfortable with that, but I'm here to tell you that you can do whatever you set your mind to.
Do you sing a song about doing anything you set your mind to?
I play a song on my flute.
And it's beautiful.
I would like to know that Barnacle is moved to tears by this.
That was my song. I hope you guys liked it. Yeah.
Barnacle reflects for a moment on her inner will to do and be the best that she can be, and
it was supposed to inspire courage in all of you.
So, her song actually inspired so much courage in me that I dropped and recited my Spec Person the Third prayer. Because I wanted to make sure that Barnacle saw the example that I was trying to.
Were you performing arcane art when you did that, Cordelia? In which case, are you trying to prepare them for battle by giving 1d4 forward to damage to one of your companions?
I am. That is totally what I am doing.
No, not you.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Oh.
I'm Cordelia! I'm Cordelia!
I was gonna
Fuck you! I'm Cordelia!
Our names are too similar.
They are.
I didn't remember reading that, but I was going along with it.
It's good. That's what you
That
should
is
do.
what she can do.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
I can inspire courage. I was not aware that we're going into battle. To be honest, I wasn't under the impression that we were going into battle.
Well, you were going to hunt bears, right?
We are going to hunt bears, and yeah, I am inspiring courage.
Well, so you want to give... that song is so inspiring that it makes somebody like filled with the passion of war, and they now have extra damage to deal against bears when they finally do get bears. So who is so impassioned?
Okay,
I am.
No,
Woo! Look at that
I feel Barnacle. I feel like Barnacle.
Okay.
Barnacle is the person that I'm trying to inspire.
That was a good one.
That's really good. So
you totally know how to play, don't you?
Roll 1d4. So I think that's your damage actually. So you can just use your damage, or you can do /r/ space d4 if you want.
Me or Barnacle?
You, Cordelia.
Oh, okay.
So
sorry.
in the little rolling, just do /r space d4.
D4. Okay.
Okay, so now Barnacle has +1 damage when you finally do go into battle against bears.
Oh, okay, so that's good.
Barnacle, like Barnacle said, she was moved to tears, so she really just like reflected and is ready to do some damage to some bears.
I'm super pumped too.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you guys do now? You've reached the edge of the forest. What's your horse's name you're riding?
Chester.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
Chester Sebastian the Third.
Chester Sebastian the Third. Chester.
With lots of braids in his hair.
He was named.
Yes.
He was named in the honor of Spec Person the Third.
And he was fashioned after lording control with all the braids.
Right.
He's also our third horse after the first two fell respectively into a cliff and a raging pile of lava.
Wow, you guys haven't taken very good care of your horses.
It's hard though.
They're just horses, whatever.
They're like that though, and they have no like regard for anything. They listen, but like they will just literally walk off the edge of the cliff if you're not holding on to them.
The bigger they are, the dumber they get. That's why they're so easy.
Maybe their brains didn't grow in proportion with their bodies.
Not at all. Not at all.
So, after like struggling with Chester Sebastian the Third a little bit to get him to understand that you want him to stop, you're like, Chester, whoa, Chester, and you're like kind of poking him, like, Chester, stop. He's stops, and you're here at the edge of the woods. You hear woodsy sounds, and you hear some, crackling, exciting sounds of potential adventure in the woods. What do you do?
Ooh, I get excited because I hear the cracklings of adventure. So that's the adventure flute that you guys heard.
Awesome.
I rally the troops and I go, "Let's go on an adventure."
I take out my mighty hammer.
Cool.
I would like to.
Is it glowing yet? Is it glowing?
I would like to invoke.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Just as Big Boy gets out his hammer and starts waving it around, it doesn't glow mightily, but you did notice that the closer you got to the woods, like, it really did noticeably start just a tiny bit of glowing in the dark. Like, there are so many bears in this wood that it's just picking up on all the bears. Like, it's definitely knowing that there's bears here.
Okay, so I stand in front of Jess's character. Wait, what's her name? Cordelia?
Cordelia.
No, Cordelia, beware! There are mighty bears.
Oh, Big Boy, you're so protective.
All right, Seraphina, what were you?
Thank you, Big Boy.
My pleasure, lady.
I am going to pray for guidance from Spectre Person the Third, just for a moment. I'm asking what here is evil.
Let's see. So you pray to Spec Person the Third, and Spec Person the Third replies to you that the many bears are evil and must be stopped.
That's all I needed. That's enough for me to act.
Yeah. So
I'm readying my shield and looking to the group and seeing where they want to go.
I've faded a little bit to the back of the group because I'm sort of that like sketchy cut and run person, and I haven't necessarily led the troops so much as manipulated them into believing that they all really wanted to go in the forest really badly. So I'm just sort of playing fair.
All right. Well, as Big Boy is kind of like, watch out, Cordelia. Oops, I hit my lamp. Watch out, Cordelia. As Willow is waving his hammer around, you all notice, and Willow doesn't notice this because he's too busy showing off, but you notice that when Willow waves his hammer a certain direction, it starts to really glow brighter in that direction. What do you do?
Hark! Go that way. That's what I said.
All right.
Well, but is that a good thing, though? Or is it like... No, like, is his sword glowing because we want to go that direction? Or is it one of those, like, sting You know, my sword glows when orcs are around, so we don't want to be here.
Well, but we want to kill the bears, and that's what we're after. So
okay,
We need to kill
I think we need to follow the the blade or hammer. Hammer.
All right, let's follow Willow.
Okay. Oh, Willow, what do you do once you notice that your hammer is glowing?
Willow is muted.
Sorry, I muted myself. Just unmuting. I'm like, ooh, follow the hammer! Follow the hammer, quickly! And I start, like, running, literally.
Just like full bore, like 13-year-old boy. Yay! Run! Follow the hammer! Okay. And the rest of you follow?
I do.
Yeah.
And I'm like screaming, hammer! Hammer power!
Okay, cool. So you're making a lot of noise as you run through the forest, and you're running deeper and deeper into the forest, and you see the glow is steadily getting bigger and everything. Yeah. But you run into this clearing, and you kind of hear before you see anything, you hear this.
What is that?
It's still happening.
Certainly a bear.
Can we spout some lore?
Sure. That's one. Oh, I didn't even go over the basic moves. Oops.
It's okay.
Well, really quickly, you all have this PDF that shows the basic moves. They're really intuitive. Things you can do are like hack and slash is when you're just going to cut something or smash it. Volley is when you're going to throw or shoot something at it. When you do something that might be dangerous, I'm going to ask you if you're defying danger. You can defend other people. What Stephanie's doing right now is when you walk into a situation that you're not sure about, you can spout lore, meaning you're going to roll and you're going to find out how much you know about this situation. You can also discern realities. You can do some other things that you guys can learn. These are going to be the main ones you're probably using right now. The basic point of it all is that you're always going to roll 2d6. On a 6 or lower, you fail. Something bad happens. It's not good. You do get to mark XP because whenever you fail, you learn something. So you remember to mark down 1 point of XP whenever you get 6 or lower, and I'll tell you what happens to you. If you get 7 to 9, you kind of succeed, but you might have to give something up in return. You might pay dearly for it. There might be a cost. There might be some circumstances to it. But if you get 10 or above, you succeed. There are some other situations, like what Stephanie's doing right now with spouting lore. She's going to tell me what's happening in this place. With discern realities, if she was using that, she could ask me a question and I would have to answer honestly. For example, if she was asking what happened here recently, I would have to tell her exactly what happened here. So you can use these roles to find out what's happening in your environment or to interact with your environment.
So it does. So I don't want to spout lore myself. I actually want to ask Barnacle about Barnacle's accumulated knowledge of the area because I know that it is an intelligence-based statistic and I am not that intelligent.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask Barnacle if Barnacle can spout lore.
I guess then I roll.
You roll a
to
2d6. And Anna will tell you what your lore is.
6. Uh-oh.
So it's 2d6 plus the intelligence modifier, isn't it?
So your intelligence modifier is... Okay, so you got an 8. So you kind of think and you're like, you know, it's been a long time since I did any animal studies, but I'm pretty sure that sounds like a wounded bear.
A wounded bear.
And you hear it again. But you're looking around and you just don't see anything.
I think somebody should discern a reality.
I can, I guess. Sure.
So 2d6 plus your wisdom modifier.
I'm not wise at all. -1. So I get 5.
You got a 5.
So you get 1 point of XP because you failed.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What actually happens is you are trying to discern realities, but you get so caught up in like trying to impress Cordelia specifically that you actually run the wrong direction and you kind of like end up off in the other side of the forest for a second. So you're not with the party for the next like turn or so because you kind of just were too excited and got yourself lost.
Like I think I found it. I think.
Yeah,
Guys,
you just run off looking for it.
Guys.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah. Exactly.
I will also discern realities then, since we are still having trouble.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use this because I like it. 2d6 plus wisdom, which is also bad. Maybe I shouldn't do it. I also failed.
You
I should not have done
so,
it.
Pretty dumb.
You actually, so this is what
I
happened.
got XP.
You're like, I feel like I can tell something happened here, and you like are kind of walking forward. You're like walking toward where you think the sound is, and all of a sudden the ground gives way underneath you and you fall.
Oh
into
no.
what looks like it must have been a trap that another hunter may have laid for bears. And as you fall, you tumble down into this giant pit that's actually very large. Like, you don't know what this hunter was thinking with this pit. It's like a very large pit. It must have taken them a long time. But it's probably
very large pit.
Very large. It's probably like 10 feet deep. And it's probably like, it's big. It's like 20 feet diameter. Okay, so you fall into this pit and you kind of just roll onto the ground. What do you do, and what does the rest of the party do?
Is there anything in this cave? Can I see?
You look around and you see that there is in fact a wounded bear that is lying on its side wailing, which was the sound, conceivably the sound that you heard. But when it sees you fall down, it's kind of like struggling to its feet. And then you also notice that against the wall on the other side is what appears to be a noble lady dressed in adventuring clothes, but she's leaning up against the side of the pit with her hand covering her leg, in which there's a deep gash, and she's kind of panting with exertion and being held up by the side of the pit. What does the rest of the party do when they see Seraphina disappear below the earth?
Am I
Well,
back yet?
we get really concerned. So.
Yeah, you're just coming back into the clearing enough to see Seraphina fall, Willow. But you're far away, so you have to run over there. What about you, Cordelia? What did you say?
run for it.
Well, I'm saying we're very concerned, but did we actually witness her falling into the pit?
Yeah, you were kind of like, she was walking and being like, I think I know what happened here. And then you kind of were following along behind her.
We did kind of see her fall into the pit.
Right. You were very near her when she fell.
Okay, so personally, I'm kind of crowded around the pit like, oh shit, let's, like, get her out of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because this cannot be comfortable, and, you know, she's down there, she doesn't want to be down there.
Right. Do you do anything, or do you just feel concerned?
Well, let's hold a meeting to discuss what we're gonna do. Because
you guys are having counsel.
Yeah, because I can't do anything about this.
Barnacle,
like, I want to help her.
I just want to say, you know, as we're all kind of worried, and I pull everyone together. I'm like, well, we have to at least recover her stuff, because I know that within her stuff.
Not her stuff. We need to recover her.
So, but what I actually say to them is, guys,
fell in a hole. She fell in a fucking
her.
hole. We need to fucking rescue her. Are you kidding? What is this shit
at least
like?
her stuff. At least.
No, we are not recovering her stuff. We're recovering her. Are you?
I mean,
kidding?
if she happens to be with her stuff, well, that would be very
She
convenient.
is
for us.
absolutely with her stuff.
Well, then let's get down there.
Fucking hole alongside her stuff. Let's get down there.
All right, I guess we're gonna aid here.
I'm sorry for yelling at you, but we're going down there. We're absolutely going down there to rescue our fucking friend.
I'm quite pleased that I have motivated Cordelia into passionate action.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, you have.
Let's go rescue our friend.
Well done.
Only if we had someone that was big and strong, potentially carrying a hammer tailored to kill exactly the enemy that we might have heard.
Hey, boy.
I up to Seraphina. I do want to save her.
In a quick by the side, meanwhile, as you guys are having this meeting, the bear is kind of like pulls itself to its feet and it's squaring off to face you, Seraphina. What do you do?
I'm gonna attack it. because I'm
Okay.
awesome. So
You hack and slash it.
I hack and slash it.
All right, go ahead and roll plus your strength.
I will. So it is this one, isn't it? I don't know if that was right.
That was con, I think.
I thought that that's what it said. That was my. Oh, that's just what. I see. Sorry. There we go. I got a 7.
Okay, so you do manage to hit the bear, but you kind of you how do I put this? You stumble as you're going toward the bear, right? And you realize that if you do hit the bear, it's going to put you in a compromising position for the next round. You're going to actually it's going to give the bear a bit of an advantage on you to hit you. Or if you decide instead to roll to the side and not hit the bear, it's going to give you an advantage to your next hit against the bear.
I will roll to the side.
Okay.
So what happens is I go for the bear. I trip up a little, not over my armor because I'm the paladin and that wouldn't happen, but just over some earth. I tuck and roll, but then I bound back up and I'm shield ready and ready to go.
Okay. That looks awesome. So the meeting has adjourned up above the pit, and I know that Barnacle was just saying that she wanted to aid Seraphina. Do you want to roll for aid, Barnacle?
Yes, that's.
So go ahead. Do you have a bond with Seraphina?
Yeah, I need to keep her information alive.
So go ahead and roll plus. You just have one bond with her, right?
Yes.
So go ahead and roll 2d6 plus 1.
Nope.
/r space 2d6 plus 1. There you go. All right, 7.
Crap.
Good job. So that means that you you can give her +1, but you also expose yourself to some danger. So this is what happens when you cast this aid on her. You're leaning over and you're like impassioned, like, oh, she can't die because I need the crystal eye of Spec Person the Third, and you're so worried about her that you actually lean too far over the edge of the pit, and you actually do fall into the pit with her. So you give her the aid. Yeah, you give her the aid, but you roll down and you actually end up next to the noble lady, not in the way of the bear, but you are in the pit now. And now you've got +1 to hit the bear, Seraphina.
+1 on damage or to my roll?
Your roll.
Oh, nice.
And Barnacle, remember that you do have +1 damage for bears because of the song you heard before you came into the forest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still our turn or do you guys?
Well, what do you guys do when you see Barnacle fall into the pit, Willow and Cordelia?
Can I do something?
Yes, Willow.
Do you want to do something first, Cordelia? Feel free.
Well, when I see Barnacle fall into the pit, like, I'm not happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty bummed. But
So how do you display your bummedness?
I have to think about it for a second.
All right, so you're thinking to yourself. In the meantime, Willow, what do you do?
I fearlessly jump into the pit while swinging my hammer at the bear's head, while screaming, "Bring down the hammer!"
Okay, so you're jump attacking the bear?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're performing a hack and slash.
Yeah.
But you're jumping down on the bear, so I
Yeah.
think you have like a +1 advantage on the bear. I don't know if that's something that you do in Roll20 in Dungeon World, but you're doing it.
Yeah.
So roll me 2d6 +1.
All right. Come on, life. 11!
Woo!
Whoa. Okay, so you
Super
like,
succeed.
you jump off of the edge and it's like slow-mo, right? You like do a
Yeah.
flip around your hammer and then you lift it up and it's glowing, right? Because there's a
Yeah.
bear.
Yeah,
And
is.
it's like ah! And then you land with you like land astride the bear, okay, with the hammer, and then just go boom, boom, right on top of the bear's head while you land on it.
Yeah.
And it's glowing. It's like kind of like Dragon Ball Z with like lasers behind you and stuff. It's really
And then
cool looking.
And then I scream, "I'm saving you, Seraphina! I'm saving you!"
So roll your damage for me.
How do... Wait, it's D...
Your damage is...
D10.
Yeah.
plus whatever your weapon was, plus the bonus that you have.
D10 plus my weapon damage?
Did you have an extra plus?
I have a
damage
signature damage.
So if you look at your gear,
Damage, yeah.
yeah, it'll say like,
plus 1 damage.
so it would be D10 plus 1 plus, is it 1 for the other one? Does she have bear damage?
No, she
Or
doesn't.
is that
have
barnacle? Oh yeah, so just D10 plus 1.
Yeah, which probably should be fine.
Yes.
You what was it? It didn't show up for me.
8.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so you actually just literally smashed the head of the bear. Like, the bear's head is now pancaked. It is flat. You totally demolished this bear. And in some ways, you put it out of its misery. So, you're now sitting astride a dead bear. What do you do?
I start taking whatever we need from it to prove it's a dire bear. So, a paw and some fur, the heart.
Okay. Specifically, they wanted 4 paws and a tooth to prove that you got an entire bear.
Okay, I take all 4 paws and about 5 teeth.
Okay.
And the heart. For Spec Person the Third, sacrifice later
The
altar.
Spec Person the Third, like animal heart sacrifice?
It's just like a, praise be to Spec Person the Third.
Cool. That's really
killing in the name of.
That's very pious of you. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, Barnacle, you fell into the pit and you're next to this lady. What do you do?
I'm sort of in awe at this spectacle of Willow coming crashing down, but immediately once I know that I'm safe, I start thinking about the rest of the situation. I know this broad's right behind me, and she looks like she's got some expensive stuff. Maybe, my brain's ticking here. I'm thinking she might have something to do with the castle. So I turn to her, and before Willow can get his lady man claws into her, I'm like, "Are you all right, miss?" And I'm trying to play the dashing young man here as the young scraggly wizard. I don't know how that's gonna work.
I thought you were a woman.
I am.
Oh, okay.
I'm just that much of a gentleman.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. She's obviously in pain. She's wincing, but she's like, I'm all right. I'm all right. Thank you. I'm Lady ANNArchy from the kingdom of Emerytown, and I came down here hunting for bears because I really wanted to go to the ball, and I managed to kill one. It's up there at the tree line, but I fell into this trap, and I'm so glad that you were here because I think that bear would have finished me off. I can't seem to walk very well right now.
All right, this lady's full of crap. I need to discern.
No trust. Yeah.
I want to say this, as soon as she's saying that, I kind of raise up with my hammer and I'm like, I'm like completely ignoring what she's saying. I'm just doing like a war scream of victory.
You're like, oh, so you're victory over the bear, not threatening her with a war.
No, over the bear. I'm just like,
okay.
I'm holding my hammer. I'm like, oh.
She sees this and she's kind of like,
Oh.
and she starts clapping at you, like, good job.
All right, sorry, you guys.
She's like, thank you very much. If there's anything I could do to repay you, I would gladly do it. I just, if you might be able to help me out of this pit, I would really appreciate it. I'll give you the paws from the bear that I killed if you'll help me get out and get it.
I would like to discern realities.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 2d6 plus wisdom. Your whiz modifier.
So I got no mod.
So you are rolling.
Ah, crap.
Oh, plus 0, so no modification. Okay. You got an 8. So you get to ask me one question from the list of discern realities.
I want to know what here is not what it appears to be. More specifically, who here is not what it appears to be.
Let's see.
I guess I'll include the dead bear in my consideration.
Yeah, I mean, it's anything around here. Hold on, let me think. Sorry, GM moment.
But I don't want to let on that I I'm suspicious of her, so I'm just very pretending to be concerned for her safety.
So first of all, she's not lying, but she's being a little bit overdramatic about her wounds. She's probably fine, but she's really not used to to adventuring. Like, it's very obvious that she's not really an adventurer. And the stuff she said about who she was telling you her true identity, but she's not actually from Emerytown.
All right. Well, I keep this information myself, first of all, because there's no good way to tell my team, and I don't even know if I'd want to tell them.
But other than that, she truly is, like, she is a noble, she is adventuring, she is trying to kill bears because she really does want to go to the ball. So she's not lying about those things.
Interesting. How far was the fall?
10 feet. So,
I am fashioning rope out of the intestines of the bear so he can get out.
Wow. I think you have to roll for that because that's pretty tough to fashion rope out of intestines. I think you are defying danger because you're trying to get out of this pit, and you're trying to do it with quick thinking because you're trying to use what you have in order to get out. So roll 2d6 plus your intelligence modifier.
Why does it always have to be that one? Oh good, at least it's 0. Thank goodness.
7. Okay, so you get really gross. Like, it gets all over you, the gore and stuff from the bear. Like, it's just, you look disgusting, right? But you do manage to fashion the rope, and you do have a rope now made of bear intestine.
Okay. I start trying to figure out how to get out.
Okay.
Or no, I tie it to my waist, and I'm starting to climb, and I'm gonna have the Willow spot me because Willow's the strongest. So Willow, just stand like this. It's only 10 feet. It's only 10 feet. I've definitely fallen farther than that in life. I know that's capable. So you stand there and spot me.
Cordelia, remember, is still outside the pit.
Oh, she is. But Cordelia,
what are you doing?
Yeah.
I think I'm like watching you guys, like ready to help, but not actually helping.
Yeah. So
I'm still climbing.
I was
10 feet's
already
fine.
doing my victory thing, so she actually just can go on top of me without asking, because I just keep doing.
She can just kind of put one foot on your hammer and kind of climb. Okay. I do think though that like you are again defying danger by trying to climb out of this pit. So I think in this case though you are doing it by powering through. So you're using your strength, or you're powering through. You're using your strength. So roll plus your strength modifier.
Can I aid that? Like a little extra nudge of chest pumping.
What was that plus?
Yes,
one that I already had.
I would like to inspire. Is there anything I can do to inspire Willow?
No, but you really can. I mean, because this is 10 feet, right? And you guys are approximately like, how tall are you, Seraphina?
Like 5'7".
Okay, so if you reach your arm up, you're fairly close enough to the top where
I won't have to climb that far.
If you climb a little bit, then Cordelia, you can just reach down with your hand and you can help her get out of the pit, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty strong though. Like I'll accept her hand when I'm high enough. When I have a good hold, I'll.
So Cordelia helps Seraphina, who already rolled pretty well. So she's already a fairly experienced climber. She gets out. She has this bear intestine rope. Seraphina, once you're out, what do you do?
I instruct my other 2 party members and the lady to climb the rope, but I want my party members to go in the order of Barnacle, then Willow, then the lady. The lady's last.
Okay.
I'm cursing silently here because I was hoping to get a peek up her skirt and see if she was actually armed, had anything strapped to her legs. I'm feeling a little unsafe going up first.
I didn't mention she has she just has a bow and arrows and a dagger that you can see.
Oh,
I didn't mention that.
I offered to her to ride on my back as I climb up because I'm thinking I'm really strong right now. I just defeated a bear. I'm feeling wonderful.
You are really
on my
strong.
back, lady. I'll carry you to safety.
I guess that's kind of defying danger. I mean, let's have you just roll strength. roll strength on that to see if you can carry her.
How do I just roll strength?
Do 2d12 plus your strength modifier.
Okay.
Oh, you are like killing it. You're like, come here, my lady, and you just like swing her up onto your back, or even into your arms, and you just like climb with one arm, and you're like, how are you feeling today? Great, that's wonderful. I'll carry you to the top. Don't worry about it. Like you're like just killing it, and you carry her to the top, no problem.
And once I get to the top, I'm like, just like when I saved Cordelia.
Do you hear that, Cordelia? Or do you say it loud for Cordelia to hear?
Yeah.
Cordelia hears, and Cordelia is just like, yeah, just like that time. That's, yeah, he totally saved my life, yeah.
I feel wonderful right now.
You should feel wonderful. Yeah, don't worry, yeah.
Thank you, Cordelia.
I asked for our guest's name.
She already told you that she's Lady ANNArchy.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I laughed too much. I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
She's actually, like, by the way, stunningly beautiful. Like, ravishingly beautiful.
Never mind.
Yeah.
No way. I asked her, lady, you said you tell us where this other bear is.
Oh, of course. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking me out of the pit. The bear is just here at the tree line. Let me show you. If Willow, you don't mind if I lean on your shoulder a little bit. And she's like leaning and hobbling along because her leg still looks like it hurts. Do you offer at all, because Cordelia, you can heal 1d8 damage. Knowing that, do you perform any arcane art to heal her, or do you just let her keep hobbling?
No, I would heal her, of course.
What does your song sound like that you play for her healing?
It sounds like that
was really beautiful.
And Cordelia is an artist.
Yeah. Just go ahead and roll 1d8 to see how powerful that song is.
It's kind of like an abstract art, really.
Yeah.
It's like, do I really understand it? But do I really need to? Like, should I even?
Oh man.
Wow.
Good job.
That song was...
I know it was beautiful. You're welcome. You don't need to suck my dick anymore. I know it was an amazing song. And you are healed more than you were before.
It's like the song, you can feel the sonic waves coming out from this song. Like they're actually pressing against you, and you can see everyone in the party kind of goes, like they feel it brush up against them. And Lady ANNArchy looks down at her leg, and it's not even healed. It's like the most beautiful leg you've ever seen in your life.
Yes. It's like an improvement upon, like, it was better than the leg that she had before.
Yes, it's perfect.
Crazy.
Unfortunately, now it doesn't match her other leg. She sort of walks in small circles for the rest of her life.
She does kind of notice. She kind of looks at her other leg. It's kind of like, oh, dang. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. And then she can walk great now, so she leads you over to where this dead bear is, and you do find, in fact, there is a dead bear there, and she helps you cut off the paws and gives you one of the teeth. And she asks if she can keep one of the teeth just as a memento. Do you let her?
Is it up to me?
She asks Willow, because Willow is the one that saved her.
Okay.
Okay, she keeps it and just tucks it away in a pouch. What do you guys do now?
I'm super proud of myself.
I collect the pieces and put them with the other bear's pieces, and hold them safely on my person.
All of a sudden, Willow's hammer starts glowing really brightly.
I scream, bear!
I scream, run! Because we have our two bears.
Why are we running from the bears? The bears are not attacking us.
We must fight the bears. I can beat them.
We're not fighting the bears.
Don't
fight the bears. The bears have nothing against us. Don't fight the bears.
The bears definitely have stuff against us. They'll kill us.
The bears just want to eat cows.
One point of clarification that I want to point out is that Lord in Control didn't make it clear when he said 2 bears. He didn't say 2 bears per person, 2 bears per party. He didn't really say, like, he just was like, 2 bears or something, you know? So you might be worried at this point that you've got 5 people with you and only 2 bears, and everyone wants to go to the party. Right. So just keep that in mind. Not that it should influence you one way or the other, but Just letting you know.
We do have a 5-to-1 ratio, though. You think you can get in?
That's a good point. That's a very good point, considering that Lord in Control really is like really hoping for the
ladies. Yeah.
But as you guys are discussing, no, we don't run from bears. Yes, we attack bears. You see a giant dire bear. Saliva just slavering down his jowls. His eyes are wide and red bloodshot, and his claws are black and seem to have gore encrusted on them. And he's running into the edge of the clearing, and he kind of runs in and he sees you, and then he's like, "Aah!" and starts charging right towards you. And it is the biggest.
Run from bear.
It's the biggest dire bear you've ever seen. Starts running.
All right, friends, let's rally. We're rallying against this bear because he wants to do some damage.
You're performing an arcane art, I suppose.
I am.
What are you trying to do with that arcane art? Are you trying to from your list here of what you can do, you can heal 1d8 damage, you can give plus 1d4 forward to damage, you can shake an enchantment clear, or the next time someone successfully assists the target with aid, they get +2 instead of +1, then roll plus charisma, and on a 10+, the ally gets the selected effect.
I'm doing a bonus to damage. Next time, was that an option?
Yep.
Yeah. Next time someone wants to do some damage, I will inspire them.
So, who are you trying to inspire?
Not Barnacle.
Good choice.
Barnacle doesn't do damage, right? Seraphina does damage.
Yep, it's true.
Seraphina, you do damage?
I do.
Seraphina, let's have a little powwow.
I'm ready.
So, the bear is charging toward you. So, you are singing.
Charging toward us.
Yeah. So you're singing for
do?
your life. What does this song sound like? Because this is it's coming out of you from your heart. It's a very short but very powerful song.
It sounds like.
Wow. Are you inspired, Seraphina? I guess we'll have to find out.
Inspired.
Roll 1d4, Cordelia.
Okay. Is that /R?
/R space D4.
Woo!
Ooh, wow. So Seraphina hears you, and as she turns to face the bear, are you turning to face the bear?
I am turning to face the bear. Okay. Shield up.
As she turns to face the bear, you can see just this like aura come over her, and she almost just glistens a little bit, and you see that her arms have tensed and become more powerful because now she actually has +4 damage, and she also still has +1 to her next attack against bears. So she's like super buffed up right now, and she's really ready to go. Do you give any kind of like battle roar or anything, Seraphina? What do you do?
I am more of the quiet, calm, and collected type, so I mainly just look like a huge, powerful badass with my shield and sword, and I take the biggest downward swipe at the bear as it's coming at our party.
Okay. Before the bear reaches you, Willow and Barnacle, do you guys do anything? Do you run away? Do you run toward the bear? Do you prepare anything?
I run towards the bear screaming.
Wow.
I positioned myself behind everyone else, and I'm in like a wizard stance, so it looks like I might do some tricks, but really I'm ready to cut and run if I need.
Okay, so the bear, since it's charging, and since Willow ran right toward it, Willow, you encounter the bear first. Since you were charging it, I think you attack first, and I'm assuming you do a hack and slash attack on the bear?
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and roll the 2d6 plus your strength modifier.
+2. 10.
All right, your hammer is just like crazy on fire, right? And you kind of do this spinning move, and you go boom, and the bear, you can see that its cheekbone kind of gets broken, and it's flung to the side, and it's gets really, really pissed off at you, and it keeps coming, but it's kind of afraid of you now because you did a ton of damage to it. So it looks behind you and now charges for Seraphina.
I totally screamed like, "Beware the bear!" Can I do damage?
Oh yeah, give me your damage.
Do you like my music?
4. Okay.
Just got real, guys.
Oh yeah, battle music.
My battle music.
Okay. Seraphina, it's now charging for you, but it's not ready to do an attack. You get to attack it first. What do you do?
So I'm gonna take a big downward slash at with my longsword.
Okay. And you roll an 8. So wait, but you get +1 to your attack, so that's actually a 9. So you do manage to hit the bear. You don't quite. Let's see. When you do that, you step out of the way of Barnacle, and you see that if you don't recoil and take less damage. So you have the opportunity to really drive your sword into this bear, right? You are in a great position. But if you really, really drive it into the bear, you're going to expose Barnacle to the next attack. And Barnacle's going to be a little bit weaker. You know, it's going to be in a bad position. It's going to give the bear an advantage against Barnacle. So you can either decide that you're not going to really thrust with the sword and you're going to not take your extra damage that you got from Cordelia being inspired. And you can still stay in fighting stance and protect Barnacle, or you can take that extra damage and put Barnacle at risk.
I'll save the damage for now because I don't know what's going to happen next.
You'll lose it.
I'll lose it. I'm going to use it then. I'm using the extra damage for sure.
Okay. And you had, what did she give you? She gave you +4 damage. Okay, so roll your damage against the bear.
9
Is that
total.
5 plus 4? 9. Okay, so actually, you kill the bear. You just, your sword kind of hits it right in the head because it's coming right at you, and you just thrust it right with the bear throwing itself at you. You just right through its brain. It's dead. And I don't know if that's because I made the bear too weak, but I swear I got it right out of the manual, so it's dead.
Realizing how close I was to being put in a really precarious situation, I turn to Seraphina and I'm just like, solid job, man. Like, way to go. Like, really good kill.
Air high fives.
I run up to her. You have a sword, right?
I do. I have a shield and a sword.
Okay, so I grab like your sword hand and my hammer hand, and I'm like doing the double like victory of
like I'm a boxing champion.
Yeah.
Woo!
I'm trying to get her in on it because I mean we're the bear slayer. I say it. We're the bear slayer.
You guys are bear slayers. So now, you have this giant dire bear laying in front of you, and you are all relatively unscathed. What do you do?
Is it bigger than the other dire bears we've seen?
Yes, its paws are probably twice as big.
Awesome. So I'm gonna start
3 times
doing all the stuff I need to do to take its parts.
So it takes a little while, but you guys manage with the help of Lady Anna Proseria to remove teeth and paws, and you've now got a giant pack of bear paws and teeth that you're carrying, I assume, Seraphina.
I am.
Okay. What do you guys do now?
I say a prayer to Spec Person the Third, thanking Spec Person the Third for Spec Person the Third's gift that Spec Person the Third has laid upon us.
That's a beautiful prayer. Does it have any particular effect you want it to have, or is it just a prayer of thanks?
It's just a prayer of thanks with
That's
no
great.
pronouns. You
feel the blessing of your God's pleasure upon you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
By the way, every time Seraphina is reciting prayers, I'm trying to listen very closely in case she reveals anything that I might need to know later in my quest to steal the eye.
Why don't you roll for...
Discern reality?
Why don't you, Seraphina, roll for spout lore?
Sure.
And see if anything comes out that would help that would help Barnacle. And then Barnacle, you're going to do a check too, but I'm not sure what.
Okay.
Spout lore was int?
Yes, I think so.
Get us to
Yes.
int, yeah. Int. Ugh.
Okay, so I'm assuming that you would be trying not to give away any information, or would you try to give away information?
I'm trying not to give anything away. No, I'm not actively trying not to give anything away. I'm totally trying to educate.
Okay.
But it's like
So-
your language of your
Barnacle.
prayer is all like metaphor and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
So,
like I don't necessarily think that people would understand anything that I'm saying. So the language could exist that would maybe give away something to a wizard that was clever enough. But because I want to educate Barnacle, I'm a little blind to the intention.
So this is what I was thinking, is that like if you had succeeded in spouting lore, you would have said something that could have been a clue, and then I would have had Barnacle discern realities to see if she understood the metaphor. But in this case, you just kind of didn't say anything useful, unfortunately for you, Barnacle. Sorry about
That's
that.
okay. I've got to remember it all, and I'm just pretending to be so like in awe of her piety.
Okay. Cordelia, do you do anything?
Mm-mm.
What about you, Willow? You're probably feeling pretty good right now. You just defeated 2 bears. Lady Proseria was obviously, Anna Proseria was obviously very impressed by you. You're kind of doing your victory pump. What do you do
Yeah.
next?
I think we should get back to Lord in Control to show him that we're great, and say that I slayed like 2 of them. Like,
Okay.
Like 2. Like,
You guys head to the castle?
yes.
I say 2 and I do this.
Really smart. So it is time for the show to end. So I guess I'll tell you guys what happens in the story after. I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
This is a show
It
end.
is 9, yeah.
So you guys all get upon Chester Sebastian III. You invite Lady Anna Proseria to join you, and she thankfully agrees and is so wowed. She actually listens to Cordelia play some songs, and she's like, I would be honored if you would sing such songs sometime in my court. And she, listens to tales of Willow's amazing feats, and she talks to Barnacle a little bit, trying to discern what's up with Barnacle, and learns a little bit about magic, and just offhand mentions that she once heard that the crystal eye of Spec Person III is in the castle on the 4th floor in the 3rd room on the right, and she's always wanted to see it. So she's just mentioning that to Barnacle. Barnacle finds that interesting, and of course let's what's your name, Seraphina, know that Specs Person III is mighty and should always be praised.
Hail Spec
Anyway,
Person the Third.
yeah, all hail. And you get to the castle, you present to the guards these dire bear feet. The guards are duly impressed, not only because you brought 2 bears, but also because you brought a giant dire bear, which they've only heard tales of. They've never even seen one, but you proved it. So they of course invite you to the ball. And Lord in Control falls so deeply and madly in love with Lady Anna Proseria that great prosperity finds the land, and he becomes a benevolent ruler with her by his side. And she actually deals with the livestock and bears problem because he's too busy with his fashion career. But, prosperity is brought to the land because of your guys' mighty deeds. So congratulations, adventurers. You made the world a better place.
How did I not see that coming at all? Like, not even a little. Didn't even put it together. It's hilarious. Congratulations.
The end. Congratulations.
We've made the
guys.
world a wonderful place.
And we actually ended very exactly on
Yes, we
time. I'm
did.
really kind of impressed by us. So, guys, in case you're wondering what you're watching, this was a one-off campaign for Misscliks Dungeon World. This is a game that we love to play on occasion. There's lots of episodes on our YouTube channel. I highly recommend watching those, especially one where we, what were we doing? We were looking for the ice cream queen who made waffles, and there were salt skeletons. It was great. So do check those out if you want to see more of this, but especially we would love you to see more of our guests. So Rachel, can you tell people where they can find you and what projects you might be up to, where they can see what you're up to lately?
Absolutely, guys. You can follow me on Twitter at Seltzer_FD. I stream on the twitch.tv/Fragdolls channel all week. And yeah, I'll be at esports events all over. My next is DreamHack Bucharest, so if you're into Counter-Strike, I will see you there. And many more exciting things throughout the year. So cheers, guys.
Yeah. Awesome. What about you, Jess?
The next fun thing I'm doing is a Mortal Kombat X thing in San Francisco. So if you guys are into fighting games at all, tune into twitch.tv/AmazonGames this Saturday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and there's going to be a lot of fighting game stuff going on there. So that's the next big thing I'm involved in.
Awesome. What about you, Jen?
If you want to follow my stuff, follow me at LivinPinkSC2 on Twitter. If you want to follow the game I'm working on, follow at Rainbow6Game. Things are starting to pick up. The alpha is coming. People shall be playing. It's going to be exciting. And yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with me, really. We're just working a lot in preparation. We're in preparation phase for the alpha.
Very cool.
Yeah, I saw your stream. It was fantastic.
Yay! Oh, and you guys should all watch the VOD of the stream, because I was hosting in it, or because you care about Rainbow Six.
Either one are good reasons.
Yeah.
Or if you care about Jen, which is why we watch. I also love your game. I didn't mean it like that. I love you both.
Both
Stephanie.
reasons are valid.
With that, I might as well talk about myself.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm Stephanie. I work for Roll20, so if you want to support me, support Roll20. I am excited because we actually just launched tablet apps for iPad and Android today. They're companion apps to Roll20. So basically, if you play the game, you set up your game on your computer and you want to sit around the table with your friends, you can all pull out your tablets and you'll have your character sheets and other goodies in there. So if you're a tablet user, check those out on the app stores. And if you want to support me, you can also support Misscliks, because that is the other project that I am a part of. And I bet Anna will tell us all about that when she says goodbye. So thank you for watching. It was a lot of fun, guys. I also want to say this was Anna's first time being a game master. So great job, Anna.
She was so good at it. She
You were
was
so
awesome
good.
at it. She did
So
so well.
good.
Honestly, like if you didn't know it was her first time, you would not have guessed that.
Totally.
She did so well at it.
Oh, thank
Expert,
you, guys.
expert GM. So.
You guys are too sweet.
That's all for me.
Alright, next time you're doing 2nd edition, right? Anna?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. I did buy a 5e handbook and
Nice.
DM book because we have Neil for 2e, so I thought maybe I would try for 5e, but that is a ways off because this was my first time DMing or GMing. I'm so used to DM, but GMing a show on Misscliks. I had tried one game with my friends just to see if I could do it. So yes, thank you guys for being patient with me and so much encouragement in the chat and on Twitter. It was really, really nice. I really appreciate you guys. Positivity on the internet is hard to come by, and the Misscliks community has it in droves. So thank you very much to all of you. Before I talk about Misscliks really quick, if you do want to follow me, you can find me at ANNArchy almost everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of those places. The only place that's different is YouTube, which is ANNArchy TV. I stream every day except Sunday, either on my personal channel, which is twitch.tv/ANNArchy, or here on Misscliks, or on the Heroes Hype Amateur Series. So the next thing that you can see me doing, if you can stand looking at me instead of Stephanie's a freaking adorable tiny kitten, and
Rachel's too. I had Josh bring me the kitten.
They're so freaking cute. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's adorable little.
But yeah, I'm casting the Heroes Hype Amateur Series, which is the Heroes of the Storm tournament tomorrow night on the Heroes Hype channel. So check that out if you would. And then the next day I have my Heroes talk show, which is Eye on the Storm, on this same channel. So if you'd like to follow and subscribe, that would be great for me and also for everyone else. Misscliks is a community that is dedicated to uplifting and providing support for female role models in geek and gaming culture. And usually that just means showing off women performers and entertainers who like to play games and stream and hang out with you guys. So that's what we did tonight. We hope you liked it. And if you could follow Misscliks on Twitter or here on this channel or wherever you like, we would really appreciate that. But we just appreciate you being here and watching. We hope we'll see you again soon. And good night for now. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.